Do you want to tell me, first of all, what it was like to actually work in those conditions, first of all?
Well, they were dirty, they were mucky, it were hot, it were humid. But because we'd been there from like leaving school at 15 and a half year old, we'd done as apprenticeships, we didn't know nothing else basically. Comradeship were absolutely fantastic. It was another industry, it was a different world. We were treated in the early 70s with a lot of disrespect, and because we were political activists even in the early 70s and we won as claims for wages, it were basically, we knew it would happen. We knew that Thatcher and Tories were going to attack us. They attacked all the trade unions and then they went for us, and we picked the gauntlet up, which we had to, and then it continued from March till the following March.
So at the beginning of that strike, can you tell me what you can remember, you know, from the very beginning really, what actually happened and when you decided to do it and how involved you were?
Well, basically, we didn't go on strike originally for the closure of Corton Wood. We'd had a meeting at Silverwood Miners Welfare, and we were going to support Manvers Main that were on dispute, and Wath Main, Kilness and Barnborough who'd been locked out because Manvers were a complex, and because they were on strike, the other three pits were laid off, and we were going to support them. And then it come through from a area consult meeting that the area director were going to take 600,000 tonne of coal out of South Yorkshire's budget, and it would have closed Corton Wood, and it stemmed from then. And on the first Monday we were picketing all over South Yorkshire. South Yorkshire area come out. Week after Doncaster Barnsley, then the week after that it was just one big national issue, because they shut Paul Mice, Snowdonia, Bullcroft, and it just stemmed, and it was a catalyst reaction from men that just had enough.
And what was the feeling as you were doing that on those picket lines? How did you all feel, and what was that atmosphere like? Well,
originally when it first started, it were upbeat because it were similar to 1972-74. And then the problem that it is with a brick wall was that unfortunately the Nottinghamshire area, not all, but some of their leaders thought it were unlawful, and they basically tell their men to go to work. And out of probably 34,000 Nottinghamshire miners at the time, I would think at least 29,000 never lost a day's wage. You know, they just got utter content, because I honestly believe that they thought, or they'd been promised, that their pits would be safe. And everybody knows that after 1985, there were no British pits safe at all in the country, which were proven.
And how did it sort of, can you describe, like, for someone like me who wasn't there, can you describe for me what it was like on those picket lines? What did you used to do, and what did you used to see? And
well, with the exception of probably 15 minutes, at each probably 4-hour stint, when they were transporting people into work, it was just a matter of hanging around. It was pretty jovial, to be quite honest with you. Even, I mean, the summer of 84, we'd all got sometimes like we'd been to Benidorm, and it was cold in winter months, but we just kept going day in, day out. You know, if you weren't there, you couldn't experience. You know, you could smell it. You could basically smell it when like we all grieve. You could smell fear, because that was just total brutality on part of police as far as I was concerned. In fact, they weren't all police. I still honestly believe now a lot of them were military people. There were no numbers on the tunics. They didn't behave like normal policemen. They imported them from London. Wherever they come from, they made sure they didn't come from a mining area. They had no idea what it was like to live in a mining community. We had at least some local bobbies, the same as in Durham, Northumberland, parts of Lancashire. They knew what the criteria and what the crack were. But